Today is about the power of you. You will change the world.
You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast.
Do the damn thing.
Where we talk to visionary dreamers like you about living their best life.
Fulfill the highest, truest expression of yourself.
It's time to step into the past, present, and future with an open and healthy mind. Go! Now let's talk.
Greetings, 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 my visionary dreamers. How's everybody doing on Let's Talk Sunday? This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, the world, and some real bullshit. And you are listening to Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know, it's extraordinary, folk. We just do the damn thing the best way we can. And I just want to start off by saying thank you for all y'all that always come back. And to my newcomers, welcome to the show. The show is just about, whatever topics Spirit puts on me, everyday situations that we deal with, or maybe our loved ones have dealt with at one time or another, and just, different ways on how we can look at it from a different angle and maybe get past it, jump over it, run through it, whatever we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Basically, get out of our own way so that we can become the best version of ourselves, or even level up even further than where we already are. That's what it's all about. That's what Chronicles of Living is all about. And I don't even know what effect I just played, y'all, because I'm on my cell phone. I realized that my son cleaned my computer, and I'm like, OMG, I had a program, so I had to pull out the trusty old cell phone, and I thank God for that. Nevertheless, I am here. So let's get to it. First I want to say thank you guys, too, for supporting the books. Visionary Dreamer 90-Day Journal and Transform Your Life, Discover Your Purpose, available on Amazon.com. Just thank y'all. I just thank y'all for everything. Subscribing to the YouTube channel and all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all, really do. Today's topic is from another one of my cards. Be fearless and stand strong. Be fearless and stand strong, y'all. I was rushing over here from I call it Regenerating Me Wellness and Purpose Boutique. And that's what I have out here in Conyers, Georgia, if you're ever out here. And I say that to say, I realized that years and years ago, when I was in my 20s, I always wanted my own boutique. This is leading somewhere. Always wanted my own boutique. Back then, I was making clothes straight out of high school. For 11 years, I made clothes. Anything, you name it, I can make it. Leather jackets, whatever. But I always wanted my own boutique. And it just never came. But it hit me the other day as I was getting my Regenerating Me boutique and transforming it into so that I could sell products, because I just do a service right now. And it was like God was like, you have your boutique now. And I'm like, wow, yes, it can be a boutique. I can make it into a boutique, And I just decided to just give it that type of energy, that type of vibe. So when I say, be fearless and stand strong, guys, to those who are just tuning in, just my life, period. I've had a lot of tower moments in my life. And what a tower moment is just basically everything just crumbling down to the ground and just kind of sideswiping you. A lot of times for me, it was a sideswipe. Sometimes I kind of saw it a little bit coming, and I was able to do something to just, transform my life in that time. Okay, let's say it that way. But this recent one, a year ago, with someone totaling my car and me uprooting from PA to Georgia, and like letting go of everything, I had to be fearless and stand strong. I had to know, like, you know what? It's all good. Everything is going to get better. Everything is going to come to light, and everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, a season, and all that good stuff, you know? And this is what I want to tell you guys. Like, I didn't know what I was going to talk about again today because I was rushing from my boutique. And so I just pulled one of my cards from my oracle, and that's the first one that came out was Warrior. It's a guy, he's a warrior, and it says, be fearless and stand strong. So in the midst of all of the chaos that's going on right now, with the corona and with the pandemic and stuff like that, I know there's a lot. I've been talking about this, and I'm not going to say I'm tired, because there are a lot of people that are fearful. There are a lot of people out here that are still scared for their life, and rightfully so to some, you know. But for me, I just look at life as, you know, you can go at any time, any day. It's you know, we have made it through so many different things, made it through so many different changes and all like that. So I don't want you to be in that mindset, but I mean, it's reality. You know, I just flew back from Vegas. I flew to Vegas, flew from Vegas. You hear about plane crashes, okay? If I would have sat up there and been like, oh, wow, you know, people, they die from flying on a plane, I might not have never made it to Vegas. You get what I'm saying? And back and enjoyed myself, met some great new people, made some business contacts, learned some new things. You get what I'm saying, guys? You know, we have to let go of any type of fear that we might have within us, because, as I always say, fear is false evidence appearing real. It hasn't even happened yet, but yet you're fearing it. You get what I'm saying? Like, why are you allowing, and I'm not saying you as the listener that is just you, but I'm sure there are things in our lives that we could look at, that we can say, if it's anything that's out of our comfort zone, if it's anything that's different, we might have that little bit of concern, let's say it that way, that maybe, oh, how's this going to turn out? Is this going to be okay? Or, you know, things of that nature. And so I say to you guys, how will you know unless you go, unless you do, unless you experience that thing? If it's something positive that you know in your heart, trying it or doing it can possibly help you to level up, to possibly help you to learn something new about you. You get what I'm saying? Like, perfect example. Well, this is something different on that note about be fearless and stand strong. So today I was at my boutique, really just kind of setting up to, you know, get my products in and changing the boutique around and things of that nature. So I really wasn't expecting any clients, and I had no appointments. And I just left my cards home. I left everything home. Now, normally I take things with me all the time, no matter what, just depending, you know. But for some reason, this is the first time I left my whole suitcase home with my stuff, right? And soon as I walk in to my space, the manager of the mini mall, husband, brought someone around to me. Now, he sells oils. He sells like the good smelling oils and music and things of that nature. But this lady was looking for oils, right? And I guess, I don't know, whatever she said to him that made him feel like I could help her. And so he brought her around to me and was like, I think you can help her. I was like, okay. So she was just telling me how she feel like she's under attack and things of that nature. And they started calling my room the Musa room. You know, the manager of the mini mall, she's like, you know, Kiva, she's like, I'm sending everybody to the Musa room, you know. And so I asked the lady, I said, well, why, what makes you feel that you're under attack? And she went on to tell me the story about her ex-husband and things of that nature. And so I let her know. She said she wanted a reading when it all came down to it. And I was like, okay, let's make an appointment. So I told her, I said, well, look, you have to realize that no matter what, she said her ex-husband, and this is nothing against anybody, okay? Because I'm from the motherland, I'm sure, in my bloodline. But she said her ex-husband was from Africa, and so I think that she was thinking that he did some voodoo or whatever. So I told her, I said, listen, I read cards, but I'm not, I don't get all into the darkness of it. That's not my mission. My mission is for guidance, But what I do know is this. No matter what intentions anybody sets against you, no matter what type of voodoo, candles, all of that type of stuff, first of all, I wouldn't recommend nobody doing that because that's karma. It comes back to you. If you're doing it for the good, okay, like that, yeah, fine. You know what you're doing. Hey, I have nothing, you know what I'm saying? And if you are doing it for the good, you believe that, it's to help people to remove, spirits or just energy or whatever. I'm just not well versed in that. Okay. That's just not what I do. So I let her know that if she does believe that somebody's doing voodoo on her, she needs to stop believing it. Because at the end of the day, what you believe, you shall have. That's it. I don't care who's doing what. I've had somebody try to do something against me, speak against me, and I just keep it moving. Like, I know who it is. You know what I'm saying? They going crazy on damn social media, but I know what they're doing is not true. And I know that what I do is for my good. It's for whoever's good, whoever I talk to, whoever, I read for, whoever I do bio scans for, whatever service that I give. I know that my intentions is for the good of all involved. That's what I say. And so I tell people it's just like this. If you go into a church and you don't even know that pastors or if you go to a mosque or, things of that nature, you don't know the leader's intention, but you're going because you believe it's a good thing to do. You're going because you believe in your heart. You believe in your heart that going to this space, congregating with these people is going to help you. It's going to help you to level up spiritually. It's going to help you to overstand yourself spiritually. If you're going with that belief in your heart, then that's what it shall be. And if that person, that leader's intention is the opposite, is for the bad, and it's for just about getting money and taking advantage and manipulating and using their power to manipulate people, you might hear about it, or even your intuition will kick in and let you know this ain't the place for you, boo-boo. You need to keep it moving, Susan. You know what I'm saying? If you are tuned and tapped into your intuition, to your higher self is your intuition. Your higher self is that voice. Your higher self is God speaking through you, telling you, the Most High telling you, no, no, no. Have you ever paid attention to you just being in silence? You could wake up in the morning, right? And then as soon as you wake up, you having a whole conversation in your head. You just going back and forth. I should do this. Or you're not opening your mouth, but you just hear this voice in your head or whatever saying, oh yeah, today I got to do this. Today I got to do that. I got to call such and such. Oh yeah, I forgot that yesterday. That's basically your spirit speaking through you. You're not opening your mouth. You are spirit. Your body is just a costume. Your body is just this shell, but your spirit is within. So this is why you have to know that you have the power over your thoughts. Just like you can think about all the stuff, your whole agenda for the day, you know what I'm saying, without moving your mouth. You have the power to shut down any negative thoughts in your head of believing that someone is coming against you. And even if you believe that, you have the power to shut it down and say, you know what? But no weapon formed against me will ever prosper, as it is in the word. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't read the word, if you don't believe the word, at least take that word as an affirmation. Let's say it that way. That I believe that no weapon formed against me will ever prosper, because what I do, I mean good by people. So if you mean good by people, and if you mean good by yourself and the things that you are doing in life, then why are you fearful of anything? Because this is the thing, like I told her. I said, listen, sis. I said, what I need you to do before you come back for your reading, I need you to say every time you think something negative that, you have power over all. You are in control of you. That just thank God for the experience of your ex-husband. Thank God for the experience of that knowledge that someone can be wicked or whatever, however you take it. Thank God for that experience, because if you never experienced him, how do you know what's good? How do you know what's a good husband, what's a bad husband? How do you know what, you can never know the good and the bad. You got to have the contrast so in your life so that you can know what's good for you and what's bad for you. If you never experience bad, how do you know what's good if you only experience good things? She was saying something about something she felt like she felt at something and she knew it, and basically she didn't follow her intuition. That's basically what she was telling me. She didn't follow her intuition and she failed, and that's why she believes everything went dark for her. But what I told her was this: man, do you know how many times I failed, so-called, quote unquote, failed? But I don't believe in failure. Now that I have more wisdom, more knowledge, my discernment is a little bit more, is sharper through me learning how to go inward, through me learning how to get up and just be quiet to myself, go out in nature, talk with the Most High and things of that nature. I know that failure is just a way of learning that there are other ways of doing things. Failures are just a way of experiencing, again, what is it that you don't like? That's it. That's it. And also, it is a way for you to experience, to know how to listen the next time to your inner self. Listen the next time to that voice inside that say, don't do that. Now, if you do that, this is what's going to happen. You get what I'm saying? We all have that. We all have it. But the thing is this, guys. If we don't tune into it, if we continue to ignore that voice, what happens? It gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. If you continue to do things that won't allow you to hear that voice, it gets dimmer. In other words, if you continue to be distracted by people, by things that is not for your higher good, that is not for the direction that you are wanting to move in, or that you're working to move towards, then guess what? You're not going to hear that voice. You're not going to hear those warnings, because it's going to be so faint, because you continue to allow people and things and situations to distract you from your goal, from your vision, from your dream. You continue to just allow, just if somebody, you on track and you get ready to do something, and then all of a sudden here comes somebody and they say, oh, yo, can you do X, Y, and Z, da, 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 and then you just do it. You continue to allow that. So that is different ways that you can not meet your goals, not meet your visions. You know what I'm saying? So then when the next time that it comes up for you and you are wanting to do a thing, you will sit there and recall the time that it didn't work out for you. And then what happens? Fear might seep in. Fear that, oh, this is not possible because the last time it just didn't work out. But see, the last time you was too distracted for it to work out. How about that? Did you ever think of that? Maybe you needed to adjust your focus in some type of way. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you need to readjust your focus. Maybe you need to look at yourself. I mean, I know for me, I can be so many different places. Well, I used to. Let's say that. It's past tense for me because I'm really learning how to focus on one thing at a time. And so because, before I used to do so many things at one time, of course, something's just going to take a short end of the stick. And so when that happens, you kind of think like, okay, that's not for me. And then again, it might not be for you. But at the end of the day, you need to reevaluate what it is that you want out of life, what your goals, your visions, your dreams are. You need to really sit down with yourself and write it out. Really write it out on paper, not think it in your head. I run into so many people that think it in their head and they be like, oh yeah, I got it all in my head. And no. You get so many thoughts a day. I forget how many it is, but it's thousands that you get in a day. So my suggestion is to write it down. Write it down. Every time you think a thought of an idea or things of that nature, write it down, because even if you already did it before, write it down, because you're going to always find that there are different ways to do things, to make something work that you always wanted to work out. There are always different ways to do a thing. We, in this whole universe, there's never one idea that one person has. The same idea comes to so many different people. It's just certain people hone in on that idea and they go for it. And then you might hear about it from that person that worked at it the longest, the hardest, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? And then you thinking like, wow, I thought I was the only person with that idea. But no, that's not it. And I know that, when I'm talking, I'm going a little bit away from the be fearless and stand strong. But then again, it is included in that, because it's be fearless and stand strong is dealing with anything. Rather it be your dreams, your visions, rather it be your relationships. I had a client the other day talking about, I was explaining to her about the chakras and how we all have chakras within our system. And when any of them are off balance, it'll start affecting your inside organs. It'll start affecting your health. And that is through emotions. And we were talking about the throat chakra, and she was saying how she didn't speak up for herself. And I'm like, why? I mean, not why. I try not to say why, but what makes you feel that you cannot speak up for yourself? And she just was like, I don't know. I just have things in my head, and I just know what I want to say. I'm just like, well, you must be worried about, hurting people's feelings, or obviously the result of you speaking up for yourself. But at the end of the day, if you have something dear to your heart, and if you want to speak up and you just holding it in, how will the people know, or the person know, how you really feel? It could be you speaking up. If you're fearless and you stand strong for yourself, you don't even know how, if you do speak up for yourself and you really express how you feel from your heart, what type of dynamic that will help your relationship. It might end the relationship. It might help. It might end it. But nevertheless, why would you go through life not speaking your truth? Why would you go through life, you know what I'm saying, just holding that stuff in? That affects you. I had one on a bioscan that I pulled. I had a couple with the throat chakra, but you don't realize your emotions affect you. His esophagus came up on his bioscan, and I immediately said to him, I asked him, I said, do you, if something's bothering you, do you speak up for yourself? And he was like, no. He was like, I got an issue with that. I'm like, well, he said the same thing. Well, I don't want to hurt people's feelings and this, that, and the other. But again, hurting someone's feelings and speaking your truth, it's like, come on. If you speaking your truth out of love and the person's feelings get hurt, it's nothing you can do about that. But you cannot go through life not speaking your truth. Because all of that holding in emotions and all of that will affect your body. It will affect you stressfully. And this lady, the lady that came to me earlier, she was breaking out and things of that nature. And she had a mask on. So I was like, oh, it's just more. She was like, oh, no, you don't see. I said, well, I see through that. And I see that, in your inner self, everyone has a beautiful inner self. It's just all the junk we carry along with us, guys. All the things we let become attached to us. All the things that, we allow people to say to us and we start believing it. Let's say that. Those are things that kind of can seep into our subconscious and make us fearful of speaking up for ourselves, of doing a new thing, of not believing in our power. We are so powerful individually, guys. We are. And even though, I didn't want from one thing to the next during this conversation, I'm just going with the flow. I'm working hard at covering different bases of the whole fear factor. We are so powerful individually. And I'm here to tell you guys, like, it took me years to get to this point. Now, I was always a risk taker. I'm going to be honest. It's always, everybody that know me, they know I'm up to try anything, you know what I mean, for the first time and see how it work out. Because I believe that you only live once in this time, space, reality, guys. So why not? Why not try something new? Why not meet new people? Why not, just learn new things about yourself? Why not travel to new places? And yes, we do have the whole pandemic going on. And, I didn't even tell my mom that I was going to Vegas until basically I got there. My son knew, my cousin knew, that dropped me off just so, safekeeping. But it's like people have these crazy misconceptions just because of what? The news. Tell a lie to a vision. I was just listening to, I didn't think I named, they call her Snoop down here. And this is a young lady. She's like young. She's like 38. And she basically runs a lot of the, some of the lounges down here, real popular lounges down here. I was listening to a podcast the other day with her speaking on it. And she spoke on one of the places that she runs. She runs it with the rapper 2 Chainz. They have a space down here and down in Atlanta. And she was speaking on, the pandemic and how cleanliness, washing your hands and all that good stuff. But don't stop living your life, guys. I have not traveled anywhere for so many years. And for me, it was, I've traveled, but had a real vacation. You know what I'm saying? For so many years, because I was so focused on, raising my son and paying all my financial commitments. And so when I would travel, most of the time I would drive. I would fly here and there, but most of the time I would drive. But just like going somewhere by myself, I haven't really had the opportunity for so many years. So when I got on a plane, I literally was like sitting on a plane like, wow, I'm really going somewhere by myself. Not that I wouldn't go somewhere by myself, but I just was like, wow, in the midst of all of this stuff that's going on, this opportunity presented itself to me to do this thing. And yet I could have took it one or two ways, like, oh no, shoot, the pandemic, I heard Vegas is hot and I don't want to this and that and the other. Like I said earlier, and I wouldn't have came back feeling the way I'm feeling, looking forward to, certain business opportunities, looking forward to, getting back in contact with the people that I met and things of that nature. It's just, guys, I'm just going to leave y'all with that. You gotta be fearless in life. And I worked hard on this whole topic to cover different angles. And I hope that I did. And maybe I hit a chord with you. And if I didn't discuss something that can bring up fear, fear of relationship, fear of, Even fear of a relationship ending. Let's say that. Fear of a relationship not going the way you want it to go. Why would you fear it? Again, it's experience. It's experience. You learn from relationship to relationship, rather it be intimate relationship, rather it be a friendship, rather it be, you know what I'm saying? You finally met your long lost cousin or whatever, and you want it to work out, and then all of a sudden it don't work out. It's a family member, It's still an experience. We got to be willing to take risks, guys. And I say, safety risks, of course. But we got to be willing to do things out of our comfort zone so that we can discover different parts of us, different things that we like, different emotions. Let's say that. Different emotions that we probably never felt. You see? This is the reason why we need to stand strong. You have something in your heart that you want to do, that you want to experience, that you want to say to someone. Stand strong, guys. Stand strong on it. Just do it. That's what I say. Do the damn thing the best way you can. That's what I'm all about. Do the damn thing the best way you can. But don't be fearless of anything, anyone, any result that you might receive. Just take it all as an experience, teaching you what it is that you don't like and what it is that you do like, and how it is that you need to adjust your life, your way of thinking, your view, all of that stuff. Look at it in that way. That's what my intentions is when I come on this show. And that is what my intentions is for you, is for it to prayerfully help you to view things in different light, to stop viewing things from what has been passed down to you, the way that your family and your friends and your environment view things, opportunities, life, because we can get caught up in that so much, going with the way everybody else thinks and what we're used to and how the family has been doing things forever. How is it that we can evolve if we continue to do things the same way that our family, our friends, our environment has been doing it? How can we evolve as not just as a person, but as people, as a community, as a world? It takes thinking out the box to help us to evolve, to help us to get better services, to help us to, learn more. That's what's out here. You think about where we are now with this whole computer world, this computer age. It took, Steve Jobs and Microsoft and all of these people that are really into the whole technology. It took them taking risks so that we can have these services, so that we can be at a more convenient. I don't like it all now because all this spying stuff through the phone and talking to you and all of that stuff. No, I don't like it. But nevertheless, it is convenient in a lot of ways. But if these people that had the ideas of these different apps and all of this stuff that we have, services that we have available to us to help us with our lives, if they didn't stand strong and be fearless and go after it, guess what? We wouldn't have it. We wouldn't have cell phones, smartphones, and all these upgrades, and we wouldn't have computers. We wouldn't be able to, talk to our families through video and all of this stuff. If the people that had these dreams and these visions, if they would have gave up, if they would have been like, oh my gosh, I don't want nobody to think I'm crazy, that I can tell people that, look, we're going to be able to talk through video through a cell phone without no cord to the wall. Yeah, I don't want them to think that I'm crazy. Stop it, guys. Do the damn thing the best way you can. Whatever it is that you got within you, whatever vision, whatever dream, whatever whatever thing that's just touching your heart, whatever communication that you need to communicate with people, whatever it is, guys. I'm telling you today, because you're tuning in, obviously, and if it ain't today, you tuning in and you're tuning in on another day. Listen, this message is for you to be fearless and stand strong. Use your voice. Use your words. As I would tell the kids when I used to teach them in the schools and stuff. Use your words. You know what I'm saying? But just pray about it first. Ask God, if it's a communication thing, ask God to give you the right words to say. I tell people always, let the positive out first. And then go into, I'm not going to say the negative, but then go into what it is that, you might need to speak on. Let's say it that way. Because if you go with the positive first, then at least the person knows that, listen, you appreciate them in some type of way, And then they'll be more open to listen to what it is that you would like to see changed. What it is that, you feel that, y'all can have better communication, better relationship, better friendship, better whatever, better familyship, all of that good stuff. But you gotta go for it. You gotta speak up for yourself. So that's what I'm gonna leave y'all guys with. Follow your dreams. Pursue your dreams, your visions, and your goals, guys. I don't want nobody that listens to this show to go to their grave with dreams that could have made a change in someone's life. With visions that could have made not just people as a whole, but just one person. One person. Something that God put on your heart to do. Even if it helps one person, then you have done your assignment in this time, space, and reality. Sometimes we need to let go of looking at the big picture and look at the smaller picture and see how it can grow into a bigger picture. You get what I'm saying, guys? That's where I'm at. This podcast started with one download and I was excited. And now this podcast show is being aired all across the world. Shout out to India. Y'all just, whoa, y'all like some of my top listeners out there. But shout out to everybody. Canada, UK, all of y'all that's listening. I love y'all guys for tuning in. I don't know where y'all find it and what platform y'all listening to, but I'm just grateful that y'all are listening. Of course, the United States, I'm grateful for all of y'all. So I'm going to leave y'all with all of that good stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in and be fearless. Stand strong, guys. Things might not always line up perfectly for y'all. Just like now, I'm speaking through my cell phone. I don't even know what effect I play because I can't hear nothing. I can just see the bar moving and let me know that is moving. Y'all can hear me. So, but I'm not afraid of something messing up. I just know my intentions is to get you a good message to maybe set your week. Let's say that. So with all that being said, I love you guys so much. Kisses from afar. Peace and enjoy your day. This is ADionne, your dream pusher. Enjoy your week. Sorry. This is ADionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, the world, and some real bullshit. And you are listening to Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. Us extraordinary folk. We just do the damn thing the best way we can. And that's all we can ask of ourselves. Okay, guys? Peace.
The Chronicles of Livin.
We can be whatever we dream.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Chronicles of Livin podcast, where you find only the highest vibrations. Remember, you are extraordinary. And if you're pursuing your dreams, we're proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live.
Something better is always possible if you're willing to work for it and fight for it.
Stay updated with ADionne by visiting chroniclesoflivin.com or stay connected through social media by following @Chronicles of Livin. Until next time, your dream pusher, ADionne.